Nicola Sturgeon has branded Prime Minister Boris Johnson a liar over claims she told a televised interview Scotland would join the euro in the event of independence. The Prime Minister was reacting to an interview between Ms Sturgeon and journalist Andrew Neil broadcast on BBC One on Monday evening, during which the First Minister was quizzed on currency plans for an independent Scotland. The First Minister told Neil Scotland would use the pound in the early years of independence, before establishing a new currency further down the line. However, speaking at the manifesto launch for the Scottish Conservatives in Fife, Mr Johnson said Ms Sturgeon had indicated plans to join the Eurozone. The First Minister reacted to the claim on Twitter, simply posting, "Boris Johnson is lying. Boris Johnson is lying. https://t.go/cabegen30nip." Ms Sturgeon told Neil Scotland would be seeking to join the European Union relatively quick should the country back independence in another referendum, which she wants to be held in 2020. The First Minister was questioned on a variety of topics including the SNP's health record, a timescale for independence and the prospect of an agreement to put a Labour government in power in the event of a hung parliament in next month's general election. Speaking on the topic of Scotland's post-independence currency, she said, "We would be setting up a central bank, the infrastructure that is required for that is part of the discussion we would have with the EU, but it is not true to say we would have had to establish an independent currency before joining the European Union. We would have a discussion with the EU about the journey an independent Scotland was on in terms of currency, and the accession if Scotland was already out of the EU to the point where we rejoined the EU." Ms Sturgeon added, "Scotland faces right now the uncertainty of being ripped out of the EU against our own will. It's not of our making. And we need to plot the best way forward for our country where we are in charge of the decision that we make." For more on this story, visit the news article link.